This is crazy, right? So I have a ticket for the bus station. So I have a ticket to get on the bus. But to get through this point here, I have to buy another ticket. So I could, when I arrived in Belgrade, I could depart the station without having to pay. But to depart from the station, like as in to go, I have to buy a departure ticket. This makes no sense. I mean, it wasn't expensive. It was like the equivalent of £1, £1.50 something, but still, it's like, that's so weird. Like, I need to pay to get to my bus, and then I'd also have to pay for a ticket. It's very strange. I'm really lucky because they only accept cash, and I had the exact amount of cash left, so I would have had to rush to an ATM if I hadn't had enough. I had the exact amount, so now I have 0 Serbian dinar left because I spent it all on my access ticket. So I'm so lucky. At the Serbian border again, exiting this time, there we go. But yeah, it's a little shorter, but still, except there's no toilet on my bus, and I just went to go to the toilet here, and you have to pay, and obviously I used the last of my cash to get the bus, so it's all day. It's 2 a.m. I'm walking through the streets of Sofia. These 2 cats are just looking at me as I walk past. And there's a 3rd cat. Like, it's so creepy. Like, there's so few lights. And then they just sit and just stare at you. So today, I'm in Sofia, but I've only got 1 day here, so it will be a bit of a rush. Yeah, so I'm gonna go do some sightseeing, of course, and then yeah, I've still got to make my way to Istanbul. So as I was saying before, I'm gonna break up my journey, but I've booked an Airbnb in Harmanli, it's called, which is like halfway between Sofia and Istanbul. But yeah, there's only one train a day, so I gotta catch one at 6:30, and then I leave tonight to go to Harmanli. I arrived yesterday super early in the morning, so I'm gonna try and make the most of Sofia while I'm here. So yeah, see what I can see. So this is the National Palace of Culture. That's the beautiful park area with all the fountains. And then of course up there you've got the flags with the Bulgarian flag, Bulgarian colours on each. Right, so I have to tell you, one of the hardest nights to sleep last night for a few reasons. And I'm not usually like a superstitious person, but it did really freak me out. But basically, as I said, I came back in the early morning. I recorded the cats. The cats really freaked me out as I walked past. There's just 2 cats staring at me. So I was already a bit on edge, and it's a new city, and I don't know how safe it is at night. So it's just a bit, on edge. Got my wits about me. Anyway, I get into the apartment. I finally find the door. Before finding it, it took me like 10 minutes, and there was some weird guy still outside, just kind of drinking on the street. I was like, okay, That's weird, but sure. I got in, so I was a little freaked out about that, but I was happy to not be stabbed. I start walking around, I start flicking on lights, it's super dark, and then I flip them all off to like go to bed. As soon as I do that, I realize there's no doors. I kind of like look out the bedroom, and there's just like this hallway, right? Like the hallway of the apartment. And like my bed's like over here, so all I can see, the bed's facing towards the door, it's just the door. And like, you know when your mind starts playing tricks on you, you're like is there someone gonna like run out of there or like stick their head around? Like it looks so freaky. So it's like, okay, I'm being silly now. Let's not be silly. It's nothing, no one's there. It's fine. The thing is, I went to put my head down and go to sleep. Not kidding, about 3 seconds later, I hear like this out of tune piano, but like 4 notes at once. It was like, and I genuinely, I was like so scared. I was like, wait, is there a piano in this hostel? And if there is, who's playing it and what's playing it? And then I was kind of just freaking out. I was like, yeah, it was nothing. I'll just go back to sleep. But my mind's like, nah, like go and check if there's a piano. You have to check. And freaking out. And then like my mind just goes, you know, it tries to like logically sort it out. It's like, nah, surely it's just a piano in the next hostel, in the next room over, and a cat's just jumped on it or something like that. That was the only way I could get myself to like stop freaking out and like go to sleep, because at that point I was so freaked out by like the dark, the time, the people, and then that happened. I was like so weirded out, but it was okay in the end. I just had to like calm myself down. But that was so weird, like, and I don't know if it was a cat and I don't know what it was, but yeah, like 3 a.m. and this out of tune piano starts playing. It's like, get me out. So this is Sofia, the city's esteem named after, or the other way around. I don't really know, but apparently she replaced the statue of Lenin in 2000, year 2000. Yeah. Apparently she's a symbol for wisdom. I believe that's because Sophia comes from the Greek word for wisdom. So yeah, that's pretty cool. She casts wisdom over the city. Okay, so the adventure continues, because I ran into some people that I met on the bus over here. Like, we were stuck in border control together, like just randomly, and they just came back from the train station to say that the train is fully booked, so I can't go to Harmanli tonight, which means I also don't have a hostel, which means I don't have a place to stay, and I can't get a refund. That's one thing. Number two, if I get a bus to the town, I don't think I can even do that. I haven't checked, but I don't think I can do that. So that means I have to get a train the next day. So I've got to pretty much go straight to Istanbul. I can't stop over because the trains fill up too fast, and if I go to Harmanli, then I'm probably not going to be able to get a bus from Harmanli to Istanbul. It's a pretty small town, so I think I just got to go straight there. So it's a bit of a shame. I lose a bit of money, and I gotta find a place to stay in Sofia tonight and just get the train tomorrow. So yeah, I'm on my way to the train station to book the train for tomorrow, and then I'll look for some accommodation somewhere. Okay, so update. I had the genius plan. I was like, oh, I'll just get an earlier train, a local train, to Harmanli, and get a reservation for tomorrow, because the people I just met up said there was space tomorrow. Or there's space on that train tomorrow as of this morning. By the time I arrived, what actually happened was I went to go to the desk to book the train for tomorrow, and there might have been space, but the internet was down, so she couldn't check. And I said, is there any way to, like, you know, book it somehow else? And she said, no, not until the internet comes back. She says, come back in an hour. It's like, I can't risk that. Also, I don't know if I'm going to get this train or not, and I don't know if I can even book the train in Harmanli because it's a pretty small town. I'm not going to risk that, so I thought, yeah, screw it. You know, I lose the money on the hotel in Harmanli, but I don't want to miss my flight from Istanbul, or like spend 3 days getting to Istanbul and not even see it. So I just booked the bus. It cost me £20, and then I booked accommodation in for tonight. So I booked the bus for tomorrow, so there's no more buses today. And then yeah, I go to Istanbul tomorrow. So unfortunately I won't see the lovely town of Harmanli, but I think in order to make it to the next part of the journey, it's necessary. I don't want to be just stuck in a random town in Bulgaria. So yeah, I think that was a wise decision, but we'll see in a bit if that was the case or not, because you know, hindsight is a bit of a tricky one sometimes. So yeah, let's hope, let's pray. Look how cool this graffiti is. Insane.